What's up, YouTube? It's Ben, and in this video, I'm going to tell you how to transition from your job to recruiting. All right, guys, so welcome back to my channel, depending on if you follow me or not. Hey, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Also, join our Facebook group. We have 10,000 recruiters in our Facebook group. Link in description. You definitely want to be in the Facebook group. All right, guys, so let's talk about it. Your 9-to-5 job, you hate it. You don't want to be there anymore, and you really want to do recruiting, right? Awesome. So I've got a blueprint for you. I got a step-by-step on this because I literally did the same thing, okay? So I'll tell you exactly how this goes. All right, so step number 1, don't overthink it. If you think too much about this, about your 9-to-5 job or your loyalty to your corporation or what you do and what you provide there versus your dream, which is what you have, you got a dream, you got to go after it, right? It's Kevin O'Leary on Shark Tank that says the salary is the drug they give you to forget about your dreams. There is so much truth in that. When you get that safety W-2 9-to-5 every 2 weeks paycheck, there's safety in that. There's benefits in that, right? You get medical coverage, you get dental coverage, like that's all there, right? It's so safe and sound. The cold hard truth is that actually having a 9-to-5 job as a W-2 employee is one of the riskiest things you can do as a person. The reason for that is that anytime, whenever, just like that, you can be completely eliminated. Of course, you can go get another W-2 job somewhere else, but then you can also get completely eliminated. So seriously, don't overthink it. Don't think this through too much. Don't worry about any tenure that you have at your 9-to-5. Oh, I've been there for 2-3 years and that really matters a lot. No, it doesn't. It just makes whoever's getting rich more rich and you less rich. All right, so moving on to step number 2, right? Okay, so you have to establish an online presence. Even though you have a 9-to-5 job and you're doing all that kind of stuff, that's great. You got to get online and you need to establish a presence. LinkedIn, website. You need to establish your basis online as a recruiter, as a recruiting agency. That means coming up with a name, a DBA, an LLC, a logo, do all that stuff and get online as a presence, right? Now I know what you're thinking. What's my work gonna think when they see that my LinkedIn says ABC Recruiting now? What? Chill out. There's tons of workarounds around this. You can use all sorts of different strategies I teach my students all the time that you can work around the whole LinkedIn thing with. Don't worry about that. That being said, there's also plenty of ways to start doing recruiting without utilizing LinkedIn. Nobody needs to know that that website you created is actually owned and tied to you. There's many stealth things that you can do online that can remain completely under the radar and completely considered as a side hustle, not related to your job. So your job's not gonna freak out and say, Bob, you're fired tomorrow because you started a recruiting agency and actually went after your dreams and did the thing that you wanted to do. So that's exactly what this is, right? This is number 3. Consider this a side hustle. So like I often say, start small, right? You don't have to go all in, all the way right on day 1. Start small. This is the side hustle. 75% of the students that I teach in my programs are all working 9-to-5 jobs. The concept here is that you work yourself out of the job, right? So the side hustle becomes a full hustle, and that's exactly what happened for me. So to tell you specifically my story, how that worked out is I was basically working and I was able to basically just get off the ground by doing client calls during lunch. I was talking to candidates over email on my phone. I mean, I did all kinds of stuff, but I did it before and after work, during lunch, on breaks. Like I was able to put that stuff in the time slots that I would have just been sitting around scrolling Facebook. Instead, I was actually working on the business. Eventually, all that time pays off and you actually get clients that sign. Then you actually get deals that you close. You actually start to get checks, right? Then what starts to happen is something really cool, because when you scale this thing, right, as you start to look at the money that comes in, right? Let's say you get your first client, it's a $5,000 paycheck. Okay, cool. Second client, you make $10,000 because they needed 2 roles filled. Sweet. You have $15,000 now, right? Let's say that you did all of that in 1 month's time. Considering, let's just say you take home maybe $5,000 a month at your 9-to-5 job, right? You just tripled that in 1 month. For me personally, I was able to do the exact same thing, but getting my first deal and second deal and third deal proved to me over a period of at least 4 or 5 months that I was able to have proof of concept, meaning that I could replicate what I was doing and continuously get deals. So for me, that meant that I could replace my income from the 9-to-5 job with recruiting easily and actually double, triple it. Once you identify you can replace that income, you know that you have that income and then some, so you can easily make a decision about leaving the job. Now I know this is where a lot of people get stuck psychologically up here, and this is where the mental shift has to happen, because you got to start thinking of yourself as an entrepreneur and less of an employee. Like I said at the beginning, you got a dream, you got to go after it. Don't worry about taking the leap. Listen, you'll land on the other side. At this point, you've got proof of concept. You understand that you're making probably double, triple what you're making monthly from your job. So don't worry about that income. Plus, the income for benefits and things like that is already there. So you can cover your own medical benefits. You can cover your own dental benefits, right? I do it myself, have been doing it for years and years. So with that said, don't worry about the little things, right? Those things get inside your head. You gotta make that shift. Once you can actually leap out of the 9-to-5, then you can seriously go crazy, because this is when you can do everything, right? So you go home, set up your home office, and just go to town, right? That's what you're doing now, 10, 12 hours a day, hustling, just getting going and loving it, because everything you do is making you money, not your boss. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Transitioning from a 9-to-5 job to recruiting for me was one of the easiest things I've ever done in my life. I simply had to just prove to myself that I could create the income, replicate the income, and then just do it. Obviously, there's a lot of nuance involved. There's a lot of learning involved. Like if you're not versed on recruiting, you have to figure that out first, right? But once you're versed on understanding how you can actually start this fire and get a mentor or something to help it out, right? Then you're gonna actually know how to do what you need to do to work yourself out of that place that you hate. At the end of the day, it's your life, it's your time, it's how you spend it, it's however you want to do your life, right? But I personally want to create my own life. I want to create my destiny. So with me, I chose to do something specific, went after the dream, right? For you, you got to take that leap, figure it out if you want to take that leap in the first place, and do it or don't do it. My goal is that this video helped at least one person out, maybe taking that leap, right? And if that did, then smash that like button. Be sure to get in our Facebook group, Recruiter Empire. Again, link in description of this video. I'll see you guys next time.